was if other races of women were more protective of black men, would we marry them or date them? That was your question, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the interesting thing about that is what we're seeing now. Well, here's what we already know: all other races of women desire black men. We already know that. And black men would deal with them more in mass if we were more attracted to them. We are
Uh-huh.
actually attracted to black women. Like that's what we prefer. That's what we want in mass. There are brothers that obviously will deal with different races of women, but in mass, the black man really desires the black woman. There's none like her. But when it comes to rebuilding our community, um, building a family, what we're seeing now is that the average black man is like, hey, look, hey, they over here, they're literally right now lobbying for black men. Like there's a video right now floating on TikTok of a sister literally crying, saying, "I tried to tell you." She's seeing videos all over the internet everywhere of women of races of other countries literally inviting black men to come there and be with them because in these places they understand the importance of men. They really understand it. They get it. In certain countries, men are men, not just because they're men or they did better, because by nature of the of their economy, by nature of the way they live, they they really truly value what men do. In this country here, people can go get an education and go even without it, you can go get yourself a $25 hour job and make $50,000. You don't got you got a high school degree or barely get out of high school. And so because of that fact, a lot of people in this country, women specifically, feel like, well, I can make money. I don't need no. Okay, great. So but these other women in other countries are like, oh, no, we need men. You're welcome here. And so that's what's happening now that men are realizing, hey, we might as well start exercising these options that they've pretty much always had. Black men has always been able to date pretty much anyone they wanted.
Official, did you have a rebuttal to that, or did you have something you want to say about that? Your mic is muted. Your mic is muted. Official.
Oh, I didn't have anything to say to that. I just wanted him to finish. I would, if you have more, I would definitely love to hear it.
No, I mean, and the last thing, like like I told Michael and I told other people that were on here earlier, is that a lot of the times, like I said, of these men that decided to intervene and are in the dirt now, that same woman that they are in the dirt now and tried to intervene and quote unquote protect. That same man that he was trying to protect her from. That's the same man that she's with right now. That's the same man that she went back to. So
Right.
I mean, you just put your life in danger, or in a lot of cases, lost your life. And that same man that you thought you was being a hero for, or the same woman you thought you were being a hero for, she went right back to that same man. She's with that man today, not even thinking about you.
Hmm.
So, I mean, like I said, I mean personally, I don't see any merit in being a dead hero. Like,
No,
I had another brother up here earlier, another 48-year-old man, married, got kids. He said there's been times in his life where, he's seen certain things, but he had to stop and think, like, I got a family. Like, and he decided not to do anything, about it, decided not to intervene because what's more important at the end of the day, like possibly getting severely injured or risking your life and not being there for your wife, your kids, and the people that love you and care about you, or like being a hero. Like, what's really more important?
yeah, I think that you guys definitely educated me because I have to re-educate my 15-year-old son because I taught him you don't hit a girl, you protect the female and stuff, and he's been displaying some heroics himself, and a lot of times I'm like, hey, yeah, you're gonna give me a heart attack, so um It's more like I have to re-educate them. Like, you can't fight for everybody. You know what I mean? I can understand if they come and approach you and whatnot and do something to you, you protect yourself. But yeah, this is
Yeah,
a whole new different generation.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't. Again, yeah, I'm going to look out. I'm going to intervene. God forbid, but only I intervene for my mother and my sisters, but I'm not getting myself involved in any fire. I'm not about to go see a fire and go jump into it. Yeah, I'm not trying to put any fires out. I'm not trying to put any fires out. Like I said, if I do want to intervene, if I'll call 911. Tell them, yo, bring the firefighters out. Y'all come put out this fire. But I'm not putting out the fire myself. I'm not gonna go grab the fire extinguisher and try to go put the fire out myself. I'm not doing that.
Hey, but
Right.
Noble, we'll make you a nice statue, a nice little
That
mural. You
right.
know?
Have an award. Have a Purple Heart award. Absolutely not. Absolutely. The
Hey,
Nobel
we'll say good.
Way.
Hey, Noble was a good man. He
Exactly.
was a brother.
Miss me with all that.
Oh, oh, I got it. I got it. I got it, Michael. I got you. I got you. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you this. Okay, so certain people. Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go ahead and go like this. BLM. Everybody has a story as to why they couldn't get behind it. My story is this: if you look up every single country in the world, including, yes, Russia, you will find that Black women and Black people are all over the continent. So my question, I'm going to ask you that question again. I'm going to ask it again. What if one of these ladies was to approach you? Would you be accepting of that?
One of these women from Russia.
Say if an Afro-Russian was to approach either one of you. I want all of y'all to answer this question. Or Afro-Ukrainian even.
Mm-hmm.
What if one of these ladies was to approach you and ask you out? Would you go?
Listen, the first thing, I'm a little shallow. I'm a man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm shallow. So if you don't look good, you don't. You got to keep it moving. So first thing you got to do is you got to be attractive. Now, I am attracted to melanated women. Now, I'm not saying they ain't some fine because I dealt with a chick from Poland,
Yeah.
Babette. She was one of the finest women I ever seen. She was just after her. She was lighter, but I'm saying this woman was gorgeous. I mean, she was bad. But in general, I'm attracted to melanated women. So, but if you find and you got to have some hicks on you. You got to have something back there. I can't deal with the flatbacks. I'm dead serious. I
Oh,
cannot
not the
deal.
flatback Kaylee's.
I can't listen. I had a chick back in the day. She was listen. I'm shallow. I'm just telling you. She was amazing. She was heavy up top. She was sexually amazing, but she was a flatback, right? So I couldn't do it. That's my weakness is that you got to have some pop and some hip for me. So, and I'm talking like long term marriage deal. Like when I see you, I gotta see that.
Right.
So unless she has something like that, um, if she I don't know about how serious I would. I wouldn't say I wouldn't go on a date with her, but if she's looking for like marriage, that's a tough deal. That's a tough sled to get with me on a marriage tip. Dating, having a good time here and there, I can do that with anybody. But
Right.
marriage is probably going to be a black woman, more than likely.
Yeah, I'm with Michael. Just going on a date, having a good time. You can do that with anybody. Now what my whole thing is people should date people that date them. People should date people that like them. I'm a young man. I love black women. But I'm also not someone. I'm not one of the people that's like, people need to date within their rights. Like black men and women need. I didn't disconnect you, rebel. Black men and black women need no date people that like you. Date the person that's gonna love you and appreciate you and respect you the most, no matter what ethnicity or nationality that person is. go with that person for the long run. Don't hold out for I don't know, someone that's supposed to be in your race. Like if God put a man or woman in front of y'all and they weren't y'all race, and but God said this is your soulmate. This is the person that's gonna love you long term, appreciate you, respect you, be caring and compassionate towards you. You gonna tell God no? You gonna tell God this person don't look like me, so I'm not gonna like listen to you? Maybe some of y'all will, but hey, that's my whole thing is date the people that like you. Go with the
No,
person long term that's gonna really respect you. That's my whole thing.
yeah, I feel you on the. I feel y'all on that. I mean, I got my my shallow pieces as well. Like you got to be tall. That's probably it. That's it. You got to be taller than me. I'm 5'2". That's it. You just got to be taller.
And would you
But
would you
that's.
would you date a man that's 5'5"?
I think I could look up to 5'5", as long as you're taller than me. As
All
long
right.
as you're taller than me, that's okay. As long as you like, let me. I wouldn't date Kevin Hart and I wouldn't date Prince. You get what I'm saying?
I don't know how tall they are, but I think they're
They're
taller.
both the same height as me.
Really?
The only time I get real insecurities when it's another one, like one of my children, she's 13 and she's taller than me, right? And I'd be like, hey baby, look, just go ahead and sit down and talk to me, okay? Just sit down because I can't pay attention. But as far as it go, that's my biggest insecurity. I'm 5'2", so there's that. So, all right, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for letting me up.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up here. Make sure you go check out this my backup page. This go my main page is the same name without the backup behind it. That's the big page. Go check out the content on that page while you at work. It'll make your time go by.
Oh, right, because I got to get out of here at 6 a.m. So I need. So if the longer y'all talk, the longer I'm gonna listen. I'm just letting you know, y'all be keeping me up. I appreciate every live that anybody does on this thing. So y'all have a
All
good
right.
night, okay?
Yeah, you too. Thank you for coming up.
Good to hear from you.
All right. Ro, what's up, man? What you want to talk about?
I wanted to harp on that topic. Well, not the topic with what you just said about black women being independent, but also asking for protection from black men.
Yeah.
Because I think it was last week, I did a whole live stream on that. I think you were in there for a second when I said, how are you independent, don't need a man, but at the same time, you want help because of the Megan and Tory Lanez thing.
Mm.
And the thing these black women kept saying, well, yeah, we're independent because we have to, but we still want the black men to protect us, not just physically, but like, let's say somebody made fun of a black woman and they said something about her hair, or they called her ghetto. They want us to go jump in. Hey, that's not cool, man. Don't talk about our black queens like that. Don't talk about black women like that. They want us to protect their name. They want us to stick our like reputation on the line to protect them and their like likeness or whatever. That's what they want too. So not only just the physical, but emotional protection also. But even though they say they're strong and independent, this is what they told me. They have to be like that, but they still want protection.
What? Okay. I'm curious because Michael is older than us. Michael, I've heard a lot of black women say that um, they feel like they have to be in their quote unquote masculinity most of the time. Like, what are your personal thoughts on, like, do you agree with that? Like, I don't necessarily understand like where they be coming from when they say that.
I think in general, women, not just black women, but women in general, and more so black women than any other. Um, we used to call it penis envy. You heard that statement, that phrase,
I have
penis
not.
envy? It's just penis envy. They want to be men.
Mm.
They want the rights of men. That's all it comes down to. They want to be men. They want to have the authority that men have. Women, there are women that are attracted to men the strength of what it means to be a man, his masculinity, his tone of his voice, his broad shoulders, and all of that type of stuff. That's what she's attracted to. But then, but what comes with that being a man also comes that authority that men have, and a lot of women want that authority. They want to be men, and so likely the relationship didn't work out with her and that man that she was attracted to. Now, I don't know if any of you had this situation. The very thing that a woman might be attracted to you, and she might tell you, I just love, I feel comfortable around you because, I like the way you carry yourself, da 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 da, all this good stuff, right? But then that's the very thing that she fights against. She's combative with you, right? She couldn't just, hey, fall back, right? She couldn't do that. So the very thing that she's attracted to you in is the very thing that she fights. So that relationship didn't work out. And so now she's off on her own, talking about, well, I need to do this because I was by myself. No, you wanted to be by yourself. You wanted to be by yourself. You did not want to actually work well with that man. You chose to be by yourself.
Hmm.
And so when they're saying these things, that's an excuse for the circumstances that they've now found themselves in. And that's just that's how they operate.
Hmm. Ladies, how y'all feel about that? Yeah, but I'm just curious. I'm like, hey. She said, official said, I'm learning new things today. They chose to leave, and now she ain't got no choice but to be both parents.
She chose that Pookie.
Mm-hmm. Yes, these are circumstances that, and let me say this because I've said this before. You know why women can't be leaders? Because they can't take accountability. They can't take
Who?
responsibility. See, leaders take responsibility for the circumstances that they create. That's what a man does. We make a decision, it don't go well, we got to fix it. They make a decision that don't go well, they got to blame somebody else. Well, if you didn't do this and the kids was this and you was that and my mama and my father and my boss this and the guy driving next to me and behind me and you got all these excuses for why the bad decision that you made was bad. It's everybody else's fault. That's why you're not a leader. That's why you were not put in position to be a head. And too many women think they're good heads. You're not a good head. You weren't put on here to be a head. And so because you operating out of your nature, you just unhappy. You see, men, we can get along by ourselves as long as there's 304s in the world. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as there's 304s, we can get along just fine. Because, we got a Rolodex of 3 or 4, 5. We can call whenever we need something and we get it done. All right, I'll see you a couple weeks. But that's not how they can get along. They're unhappy, and they're unhappy because they're operating outside of their nature. Most women are unhappy because they're trying to live like men. And that's why who brought up the body count conversation? Was it men or was it women? It was women. Who brought the conversation up? It wasn't us. It was them. Why? Because they were trying to live like, what man is walking around talking about, man, I'm ashamed of all the women I slept with. We don't sit there and brag about it. We don't sit there, tout it, but it's like when we sit amongst ourselves, like, yo, bro, yeah, right? We don't sit there emotionally distraught about it. That doesn't sit well with them to have all these bodies on them. They can't do that. They try to do it, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work for their emotional makeup. It don't work. And so they have these conversations. You're unhappy because you're trying to live like men. You're not a man. You're not a man.
It's literally someone in the comments whose name is Fifth Baby Daddy.
Hey, he's right, man. They are envious of men. Listen, when these women preach equality, they don't want equality. They want revenge on the people who had authority above them. Listen, y'all ain't ready for that.
So
Yeah.
so hold on. So real quick, Princess 3SY, whatever her name is, she says, now it's 3 o'clock. I'm on the East Coast,
Right.
right? So if you're on the West Coast, it's what?
Mid-
Midnight, right?
yeah.
At midnight, if I'm with a woman, I can guarantee you we're not sitting up watching, listening to a live together at midnight. We in something right now, or we sleep, and we both in a cold dead sleep. Okay,
Right?
me and my woman is not sitting up listening to a live at at 3 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock, wherever you at in the world. We not doing
For real. Hey, we ain't watching the TV. The TV watching us.
that for real.
Official said, why do some women attack the women that have a low body count? Official, is that going on out here? Official, if
Mhm.
that's going on, I would love for you to come up here and
They
speak.
attack women with low body counts.
I tell you why. You want to know why? If it's happening, I'm sure it is because there are a group of women that are called other women pick me. They got all these names for these types of women, right? The reason why they attack these women is because those women are their direct competition. Why wouldn't you attack the woman that's your direct competition?
Hmm.
That's why they call these women pick me's and got named for women that's generally support black men and the black family. They get called names. Why? Because that woman is her direct competition. So if I know in my heart of hearts I'm not going to change, I'm not going to conform, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tear you down to try to bring to bring your stats down so that I can raise myself up. That's all that's going on. No, your body count high, and likely if you're dealing with a woman that got a less body count than you, you're not getting picked.
Uh oh.
Period.
Ladies, listen. Listen. This man in NYC, this man the Big Apple talking spicy, talking greasy at 3:05 a.m. Y'all better come up here and get this man together. Y'all better come up here and get.
Noble. Not noble instigate.
Hey, hey, I'm on Central Time. He on Eastern Time. That man up at 3:05 a.m. talking greasy. Ladies, y'all better. I know it's somebody in here that want to come up here and get them together. I heard today body count matters too, and I agree. Y'all
Mm.
better get this man. Hey, y'all better come up here, ladies. How do you really know?
Hey, dance. Oh,
Thank you for bringing that up, Shard. I don't even know how to say your name. And I think somebody else. I don't know if it was Hair Perfection. I don't know if it was you. Somebody says who really talks about body count? That's a good question. I mean, me personally, um, I mean, I've never asked anyone like, "Oh, what's your body count?" But my whole thing, and I've said this in the past, is in each of our respective cities. And I'm a younger man, but like even when you're growing up and stuff like if you even when you go to college, if you are Spalding, if you are Wilson, okay, if you're the one that's getting passed around, people are going to know about it. And even if the whole body count conversation was a thing, we're not going to sit here and lie and say that as women you wouldn't be more mindful and you wouldn't have some insecurity if you had a really high body count, because you would be disqualified from being taken seriously by a lot of men. There's no woman in here that's gonna come up here and say that if I told a man that I had 40 bodies, that I know that he's not gonna look at me differently. He's not gonna see me in a different light. You know damn well 9 out of 10 men are gonna see you in a different light if you tell them that you got 40 bodies. Come on now. And that's
So
a so even if it was a discussion, you would y'all not 99% of y'all would lie about it because you want to be taken seriously.
facts. This is why women underreport their body count, and this is why men overreport their body count. Look
Yeah.
at here come the sign language, insecurity and unnecessary.
Like none there's not one woman in here that would come up here and be like, yeah, man, I had a time, man. I was running through the men. Nobody's gonna be looking at you like you're cool. Nobody's gonna be looking at you clapping their hands like, yes, sis. No one's gonna be doing that. None of y'all come up and say that. I dare one of y'all to come up here and be like, no, like it was a time where I was really going through them. I ran through 6 in 1 month. None of y'all is gonna do that. But I'm sure there is some of y'all in here. You probably have had 6 bodies in 1 month, but you're not gonna come up here and say it.
That's what you call spicy. No, they very spicy.
And I'm being
Spicy.
I'm being honest. No, there's y'all have an open platform. Y'all can come up here. We can have the discussion, but y'all don't want to have the discussion. Like I said, none of y'all are gonna come up here and do that. Again, y'all, whether you like it, whether you want to accept it or not, yes, you know, as a
So
woman, that
so
men,
Noble,
most men
I
are
have a
going to
question.
be less serious if you have a higher body count.
Noble,
Same,
I have a
same way,
question.
the same way. One second, the same way that y'all don't care if a man is broke and y'all are gonna take men that are broke, a man that's making $30,000-$40,000 less serious. It's the same thing. Go ahead, Michael.
I saw the conversation. Somebody said mouth counts too. Are they talking about what I think they're talking about?
If y'all want to, man, listen. If you out, man, you tell, man, if y'all woman is out here just out here giving brain and just a bunch of random people, like what are y'all doing? What y'all got going on?
So if I'm assuming they brought that out because this is crazy to me. So, Lil, are they saying that women believe that okay, giving someone sloppy toppy doesn't count in the body count?
I think that's what that person. I didn't even see that comment, but I think that's what that person is trying to insinuate. That's crazy.
So
Hey,
I've had women say, I'll have intercourse with a guy, but giving someone top, I won't give everyone top. So now we got women talking about, well, no, people just be talking nonsense. So what you're talking about is no, I'm not gonna have sex with everybody, but I'll give some people some top. Stop talking nonsense in the comment section.
hey,
That
but
sounds
women
crazy.
do that though. My women, they'll be like, they won't count. This is what women do, right? They won't count, Brad at the phone party that they had a drunken hookup with. They won't tell you about the 9 or 10 chicks that they hooked up with. They won't tell you about, the ex boyfriend. It didn't count. They won't tell you about the one guy he had the small Johnson, and he only took 2 minutes, so that didn't count. So
Look,
those don't count at all. They just throw those in the back of the closet.
look,
Those don't count.
look. At the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care what any of you women decide to do. Like, if you're, hey, my body, my choice. It's your body, it's your choice. But at the end of the day, I always say this, especially on my main page. There's consequences in life to everything that we do, positive and negative. So if you want to be out here getting passed around like Spalding, getting passed around like Wilson, getting used and abused, then that's gonna be on you. You know, I mean, and when men don't want to take you serious, then that's going to be on you. That's going to be the consequence of the actions that you decided to make.